I'll tell you what, this mower has been a little bit of a journey. It is what it is. What's going on, fellas? Welcome back to another beautiful day over here at Skiff Land. It's been a stressful few days, so I figure why not take the edge off a little bit and go fish while it's still a little cool outside. It's slightly overcast as well, so even though it's the middle of the day, we might still get on a bite. First things first, I gotta swap out reels on my spinning rod. Dude, this reel took a nap on me, so I figured why not go to Walmart and get the absolute cheapest spinning reel they have in stock. And it's this Sweepfire 2500-2B. It was like $19.97 or something. Under 20 bones to get back out on the water. That sounds good to me. Dude, if you were on a deserted island and this spinning rod is all you had, it would look like gold. But also the reason that I went cheap is because this particular rod and reel, I just like to keep on a vessel at all times. That way I'm not caught without a rod and reel if I'm pulling up somewhere and the fish are biting. But because the reel hit the bed, I've been in that situation a couple times lately where I pull up somewhere and unexpectedly there's a lot of fish and bait cruising around and I don't have a rod and reel to toss something over to them. So that's why I'm keeping it cheap. This is the more expensive rod and reel, but I just want to keep it nice and stress-free and low investment today. So I don't know why, dude. I've just been itching to throw a spinning reel again. It's easier for me to kind of toss things under docks. I don't know. Sometimes I like a therapeutic bait caster sesh, but other times I like to just keep it chill and easy. I don't know if that makes sense, but I'm going to toss this on. I'm going to toss some new line on there, and then I guess go from there. You know, I've never been a guy that's super concerned about image or anything. I'm just concerned about living a good life. And I have fun with the cheap stuff a lot of the times. It's not always about being flashy or whatever. I'm just here for a good time, man. So sometimes I get away with a little $20 spinning reel. I'm gonna have a good time regardless. First stop, I gotta go to Strike Zone and pick up some swim baits because I got nothing with me. I brought no lures or anything. I'm just gonna get one pack of swim baits and just go toss them. You having a bad day back there?
No.
Oh, okay. I was just wondering, didn't seem very happy today.
My body hurts.
I hear you for sure.
I'm just trying to get through the next 45 minutes without being in pain.
Yes, ma'am. Have a good one. I know this is gonna sound crazy, but bear with me for a second. I'm such a people pleaser that I accept a lot of BS in life and I never call anybody out. Obviously, I didn't really call her out just now. We weren't beefing. It wasn't a big argument. It wasn't a big gotcha moment or anything, but I usually just let it go and don't say anything. And I'm left to just think about that late at night when my head hits the pillow of just like, wow, I was really nice to that person earlier and they just didn't care at all. Whatever, dude, I'm nice all the time. It's always yes, ma'am, no, ma'am, thank you so much, how's your day going? Just being nice. It's a cruel world out here sometimes, so I try to just be that nice guy as much as I can. And that lady in there was just being absolutely so rude from the moment I walked up to the counter. It was, what do you want? What else? What else? What else? And I was like, oh, dude. And I was being nice through the whole thing. Kill him with kindness. You know what I mean? Yes, ma'am. Of course. Yes. Thank you so much. Could I have, I felt like I was inconveniencing her just to ask for a little extra mayo. So I was I was adding on the yes ma'ams and the thank yous and whatever, seeing if I could turn her around, and I couldn't. She was so unpleasant the whole entire time making the sandwich that, I mean, dude, my adrenaline started going up when I knew I was about to ask her, are you just having a bad day back there? And she said no. And I was like, oh. But then she said, my body just hurts so bad. Dude, it's a bummer. And it bums me out that your body hurts and you're just trying to get out of here. It bums me out, man. But that doesn't mean that you have to treat other people like duds, like just like whatever, dude. Especially when somebody's being super nice to you. But I asked her, and I usually don't. I say, you don't seem super happy back there. And it felt good. It felt good. Like, dude, I don't know why, man. Moral of the story, I feel good because I sort of, kind of stood up for myself a little bit, and I usually don't. I was just thinking about it, and the biggest tragedy here is that you can really tell when a pub sub is not made with love. And brother, I could tell that one was not made with love at all. It is what it is. I'm not going to harp on it. I'm going to take this as a win that I at least just said something. The sub was like all right as it could be for a sub that was made with hatred. Yada yada. Dude, I'm almost to the ramp and we're gonna fish and have a good time. Dude, what if we also put a fish on the deck? That would just be delightful. Check out this big toe control down here. This foot pedal has been really nice, actually. I've been enjoying the foot pedal. The past couple of boats that I've had, I straight up throw the foot pedal in the trash. I mean, I don't even try to use it. I just throw it in the trash and pair a new remote control to the, I think I flanked this thing, yeah. I just throw the foot pedals in the trash and pair up a new remote to the trolling motors because I thought that I liked that better. But dude, after using this foot pedal, I've been enjoying it. Dude, I'm a huge advocate now for foot pedals. Back in the day, I used to think it was just grandpa stuff, just old grandpa bass boat fishing type of deal with the foot pedal. But no, it's been really nice. Also, the sun is tucked away behind the trees now, which is good for two reasons and bad for one reason. The first good reason is that I got the sun off my back. It's been a scorcher out here. It's been actually really, really, really hot, which is the exact opposite of what I thought it was gonna be like out here. I thought it was gonna be a little more brisk in the air, but it's been the literal opposite. I've been sweating through my shirt and supporting a crazy farmer's tan, just getting burned out here. But it feels a lot better now that the sun has gone to bed, which is crazy as well because I started fishing out here at like 1:30 and it's sunset now. Dude, I have fished probably 2 miles of dock line throwing this same lure everywhere. I haven't had as much as I nibble, but also that brings me to the second good reason, or the good news about the sun being down, is I feel like we might be walking into a little bit of a bite, which is good news because like I said, dude, I haven't gotten anything and I also haven't seen anything, heard anything, nothing. It has been completely dead the whole entire time I've been out here, but now that the sun's gone, I've been hearing a lot more action and I've seen more blow-ups, which makes me think that something shifted in the air ever since the sun went down. Maybe it was just too hot for the fish to be all energetic and whatever. They've been waiting for feeding time, which seems to be now, which is fantastic. But the bad news about the sun being away is, boy, oh boy, the bugs are out. So the bite is also on with the bugs, unfortunately. It's getting kind of hard to stay out here. I'm getting swarmed by little gnats, little whiny gnats, or little no-see-ums, whatever you want to call them. Little gnats all over the place. I keep going into balls of them, like literal swarms of gnats. I don't know why they want me so bad, but so yeah. But I mean, I'm taking the good with the bad. Now that the bite may be turning on, I'll put up with the bugs. But I mean, if it was still slow and quiet like it was for the past few hours, I don't know if I could handle the swarm of gnats that I'm dealing with right now. I don't know if you can see them, but I'm literally in a swarm right now. If I stood still for just a second, I would be completely covered in gnats. And now, see, this is what I'm saying, dude. I'm hearing things now. Dude, they're all over here now. Those aren't mullet jumping out of the water either. They're like smacks on the top. But I mean, even for the last few hours, I haven't even seen mullet jumping or nothing, zero. There's been nothing. But boy, it is a beauty out here. So I'm gonna enjoy it regardless, or at least try to, with all these gnats and whatever. Sheesh, I'm trying, dude. I'm gonna keep a smile on my face one way or the other. Regardless, I'm having a good time, and if I put a fish on the deck, that is just a plus. But if I'm gonna catch a fish today, I feel like now is more chance than earlier. Yowzers, dude. The bugs, man. Yikes. I don't think I've ever seen a Maverick carbon Kevlar with just a standard Yamaha F70. I usually see them with the Yamaha shows on the back. That looks nice and classy though. Dude, big old casting platform off the front too. That's what I need on here. I already have the hook. Now I just need the casting platform. But for some reason, it's like gold on Facebook Marketplace. If you ever do see one come across the desk, they're like $950 for a casting platform with some surface rust on it. I don't know. It's all supply and demand though. There's really not many casting platforms on there. So I get it. I get it. I really would like one though. Oh. I wasn't even looking when I casted. I'm trying so hard to save this lure. It's the last lure that I have. Come on, give it back. Come on. I don't even know what I'm hung up on. Dude, okay, got it. That's perfect. Thank you. I've been having a hard time, let me tell you that. I wish I was coming at you with better news right now, but not the case. Oh, hey, how you doing? I didn't see you back there the whole time I was fishing. My phone died. Real bummer. But I mean, dude, I was looking for any excuse to get out of there. Those bugs were ripping me to shreds. The bite did not turn on. Unfortunately, it's probably turning on right now. I think I caught it at slack tide right there at the end and everything just stopped. It was weird because for a second, I thought we were about to get off on a bite, but just not the case. I mean, this boat was a dream. This is the first time I've really fished this boat. The Minn Kota was perfect. The foot pedal was surprisingly really nice. The Tahatsu 30 is always a banger. Hasn't let me down, not even a smidge. I'm stoked on the new transom ties. They made this process a lot easier. But I mean, the boat was so incredibly stable and just a nice time out there on the water. Even when bigger boats were blasting by and kind of washing me out, I never felt like I was gonna take water over the bow or anything. It was just a really fun time fishing, and it's a bummer that I didn't get to put anything on the deck. But I mean, it is what it is. I was out there for actually a long time, hours actually. So many casts, dude, thousands of casts. Some casts just in the perfect spot. You know, I always say some casts just deserve a bite, but it doesn't always go that way. Rats, dude, it's a real bummer though. I kind of wish I was going home with a better story. The good news is that I'm not getting bit by bugs anymore. Dude, I was getting angry to the point where I was getting really like fired up about these bugs. You can't get rid of them. So that's good news. There's a story that I've been meaning to talk about for a while, but I really didn't know how to incorporate it into the channel, but now I feel like this is the perfect time. So back in the day, one of my biggest sources of income when I was younger was selling trash, going and finding things in the dumpster or on the side of the street, whatever, throwing it in the back of the truck. Well, actually, I didn't even have a truck at the time. I would just carry it back home. Honestly, I'd carry a skateboard with me, and if it was heavy, I'd put it on the skateboard and just push it home and put it in the garage and then sell it on Facebook Marketplace. Now I have a truck, and every once in a while I'll stop and throw something in the back of the truck and make a buck or two on Facebook Marketplace. But back in the day, I made a lot of money. That was, at one point, my sole income was finding stuff in the trash and selling it on Facebook Marketplace. And I recommend that to anybody. If you need a little side hustle, a little extra money in the bank account, make life a little easier, I always stress that, dude. There's so much nice stuff out there. You throw it on Facebook Marketplace and it doesn't even last long. It's an easy side hustle with no skin in the game, zero investment, because it's all free trash. But with that being said, there's not always something out there in the trash. So some nights or some days you'll go cruising and you'll come home empty-handed. And I really didn't like that because I couldn't predict the future, if that makes sense. So when there was stuff out there, it was great. And I would come home and I would list it and I'd sell it, and it's fantastic and it's good and it feels good in the moment. But I'd get really worried because there's not real stability there, because you can't prove that there's going to be something there in the dumpster tomorrow, if that makes sense. So it's good when it's good and it's bad when it's bad. I mean, sometimes there's just nothing out there. So I had to think, what is something else that I can just kind of like add some stability to this without having skin in the game? And because I needed something for those days where there was nothing in the dumpster, I needed something to keep a stream of income coming in. And my thought process led me to something with pallets. I had to figure out something with pallets, dude, because there's pallets everywhere. I got to figure out a way to make money with pallets for the days that there's no coffee tables and, you know, couches and whatever in the trash. So I thought, let me just go grab a pallet, let me dismantle it, let me take all the boards off and take all the nails out and just look at it and think of, what can I make out of this? And to be honest, like, it seemed like a no-brainer. Everything was out there, and I was just like, okay, I think I can make a plant stand off of this. And it really made sense in my brain, because every time I would find a plant stand in the trash somewhere, it'd be the fastest seller. It would sell so fast. So I thought, dude, if I can just put together a little plant stand out of this pallet wood and these nails, again, no skin in the game, and if I make it look nice enough, dude, that'll be 20, 40 bucks a day just to add on top of all this other stuff, and it'll really get me out of a bind on days when I wasn't finding anything in the trash. Bear with me, this is gonna like make sense in just a second. And dude, I started making plant stands, and I was making plant stands every day, dude. I had a garage full of plant stands because I was like, dude, this is free. I just bring them home, tear them down, get all the nails out, and then just build them back up with the material provided from the pallet. Dude, no skin in the game. I'm just rearranging the pallet a little bit. And really simple plant stand, little 3-tier plant stand. I think maybe it was even 2-tier. I don't remember. And I was selling them for, I would list them for 40 bucks, and I would take whatever, 20, 30. And I was selling them like hotcakes, and it was fantastic. I actually was gonna start an LLC around it. That's how, like, business kind of was booming with the plant stands. I was gonna call it American Plant Stands, and I was gonna only sell plant stands. I bought a torch, and I started flaming the wood a little bit, giving it a little more character. And dude, they were flying off the shelves. Thinking about it now, I don't know why I don't still do that. I mean, it's like no sweat off my back. Make a couple plant stands, sell them, and that's, I was selling 2, 3, 4 a day, and I was making 100, 200 bucks a day just off of plant stands, and it was fantastic and it was great. And it came out of, I guess, desperation for those days where there was nothing. So, because this is where it kind of ties into this channel. I don't know, like, what to do with fishing videos. I really enjoy making them, and I enjoy fishing, but I can't promise catching a fish. So I gotta think of something else out there. My brain kind of goes to just sightseeing. Like, let's talk about skiffs on the lifts. Let's look at the houses. Let's cruise. Let's enjoy a sunset together. Whatever. I can find enjoyment out of a sesh with no fish, and then I kind of just bring you guys along. But that's kind of like the same thing. Sometimes you go out there and you're trying to film a video catching fish and you don't catch fish. I actually used to catch fish all the time. In my family and in my circle, I was the guy that caught fish. The only guy that would catch fish sometimes. I would fish the same lure. I would fish the same cheap rod and reel. And I'd be out fishing everybody with tons of different lures and presentations and expensive rods and reels. I was out fishing everybody on every fishing trip I ever went on. And then as soon as I started to try to film the fishing, I haven't caught anything in this whole entire journey. I caught a jack at the jetties, and it wasn't even a great jack. It was a small, little dinky jack. And that's actually the last fish that I caught, and that was months ago. And the months leading up to that, I wasn't catching anything. So, I mean, where does your brain go? Like, because I haven't filmed a fishing video in quite some time for this reason. I don't want to just keep like filming fishing videos and not catching fish. Dude, it looks like I'm the worst fisherman of all time. So my brain is going in that same direction when I was grabbing trash out of dumpsters and whatever and selling it. My brain is like, you can't like pave a way with this because there's no stability, because you don't know if you're going to catch a fish the next day. So, I mean, that's honestly why I've gone in the storytelling direction a lot of the times. Because I post videos every single day. So, I mean, if you're new here, that's the first time I'm letting you know. Like, I film every single day, daily vlog, and I just kind of grab the most exciting part of my day, and I film it, and I put it out there for the homies, and we all have a homie sesh. And a lot of the storytelling and a lot of the sightseeing and a lot of the skiff building, whatever, some little product reviews and this and that was born out of the same exact like reason that American Plant Stands was born. Which also, dude, that LLC is still open. If you want to go snag that, AmericanPlantStands.com still open. American Plant Stands LLC, whatever. Go grab that. Make a fortune. Make a fortune, man. But yeah, most of these videos are born out of that same thought process. And so, I mean, the reason that I told you this story was like, I kind of just wanted to tell that story, like, to be honest. But also, I want to let you know that if I post a fishing video where I don't catch fish, mind your business. Mind your business. It's not always glamorous over here in the fishing vlogs, but I try to keep it exciting, I guess. I deleted probably 700 clips of me just casting under docks and not catching anything, not a nibble, not a nothing. And in that, I did accidentally delete some sweet boats that flew by that I thought were pretty cool. So it is a bit of a bummer. But I mean, dude, it should honestly be a series. I should start a series right now called like One Lure and a Dream. That's probably be the title of this video, part 1, One Lure and a Dream. And I just set my sights on getting out there and not stopping until I land a real slab, a real donkey of a fish off this one lure. That should be what I should do. Like, just every day get out there and fish for like a week or 2 weeks until I struck gold or strike gold or lightning or whatever, something good happens. I mean, just from talking out loud just now, that seems probably like the best idea, the best direction I could go with not catching fish would be to put it into some sort of series of like the worst fishermen of all time, One Lure and a Dream. Like hang out with me on the daily until we put something on the deck. So I mean, maybe I'll do that. Let me know if you think I should do that. Start a series where I fish every single day until something happens with this one lure. Because, dude, all I got right now is one lure. I lost all my other bait and tackle. I got one cheap rod and reel and one off-white colored, bone-colored swim bait. I got a lot of faith in the swim bait. That's Old Faithful now. I've caught a lot of fish on this thing. It's quote-unquote my confidence lure. So, I mean, let me know if you think I should do that. But I mean, I'm not gonna sit here and yap your Friday away. Hopefully you guys had a good week, man. Finishing it off, I actually had a really nice, relaxing cruise back to the boat ramp, because usually I'm always like filming everything that I do, or just on my phone in some way lately, when I'm not with my wife and my baby. And this was the first cruise that I think I've taken where my phone was dead, so there's nothing I could do. So I just kind of soaked it in, and I was just looking at things a little bit differently. I was just enjoying the sunset a little more. I was like admiring the boat a little bit more. I was feeling the breeze a little bit more. It turned into a really nice night, regardless of the bugs, whatever. But yeah, ended up having a really, really nice, eye-opening experience on the way home, I would say, or on the way back to the boat ramp. So I mean, I don't know, maybe I should do that a little bit more often as well. Stop and put my phone down and smell the roses a little bit. But yeah, like I said, I'm not gonna yap your Friday away. I appreciate you for tuning in, especially if you made it to this point of the video. And dude, let me know if you start making some plant stands. I built a jig back in the day where I built a jig out of a pallet, so that when I would take the pallet apart, I would put the certain pieces of the pallet in the jig, and it would hold it all together, and then I would just come in with the nails on the sides, and it would just put everything together. A little wood glue here. I think that was my biggest investment, was wood glue on the pallets. It made it a little more stable with the nails. But I still got my plans, and I still remember how to make the jig. So I mean, you can crank out some plant stands. You could make at least 10 a day solo, probably even more if you really dedicated time to it. So I mean, I'm just spitballing here, all right? I mean, you came to the Skiff Guys channel probably for some Skiff related stuff, and we're talking about plant stands. But I mean, I don't know, at this point, I don't know how we got here. But I appreciate you guys, dude. I'm done yapping. I love you guys. I'll see you in the next one. Peace. I actually have to go back to the shop right now and work on the 16-foot skiff in the back of the shop. I got a homie coming from North Carolina tomorrow to snag that boat, and I'm stoked about it, dude. Like, I had to spend some time in the DMV today getting all the paperwork ready, because it's a little bit different when you come from out of state, especially from North Carolina. You have to get all of the stuff notarized. So I had to make sure I had all my paperwork in line so that tomorrow we can meet up at a UPS store and get it all notarized. And he seems like a really cool guy. I'm excited to meet the homie. And it's also a good feeling to potentially sell that skiff. Dude, but the DMV, I actually had such a hassle with the DMV today. I mean, I'm just preaching to the choir. I mean, it's crazy if you don't have an issue at the DMV, especially in Florida. But like, so I was trying to be as scientific as possible with the timing of popping up when it was my turn, because now you can just like join the line on your phone and hang out at the house until it says you're like 3 people away, and then you can start cruising to the DMV. But I'm sitting on the couch and I'm like asking for updates at the DMV, and it was saying 14 people ahead of you. And I was like, all right, I got a little time to eat a little snack, hang out with the baby, whatever. A couple minutes goes by, I refresh, says there's still 14 people. I'm like, all right, whatever. Take a shower, get out of the shower, refresh. It says there's 12 people ahead of you. I'm like, all right, well, I got to go to Walmart anyway, get some stuff for the lawnmower, the skiff hauler, whatever. I'm cruising to Walmart. It says, okay, 10 people ahead of you. And this is like hours going by with only 4 people getting off the line. And I'm in Walmart. Right when I walk in, I refresh again. It says there's 9 people ahead of you. I'm like, all right, this is perfect. I can take my time in here. 9 people ahead of you. I look down at my phone. I'm looking at the oil for the lawnmower. I look down at my phone I was going to go do a status update. I was expecting it to say 8 or 7 or something. I look down at my phone. Your number has been called. please go to window 6? What? What? Dude, I started to freak out. I started to hyperventilate, like running out of the store. I'm like, dude, what's going on? I press M, trying to give me more time, and it didn't work because my number was already called. I like called the DMV while I'm trying to race. It was just right across the street. Like, how did this happen? And they were like, you're just gonna have to rejoin the line. I was like, okay, rejoin the line. And it said, at the time, 19 people ahead of me. Brother. Dude, so that was like my whole entire day, just trying to make that happen. But I finally got in there, got all the paperwork sorted, and now I need to go back to the shop and just make it look nice and shiny and ready to go for the homie tomorrow. I want him to go fish. Dude, we should honestly just tandem skiffs out here tomorrow. Do a little sea trial, take this skiff and that skiff and just bounce from spot to spot, trying to put one on the deck. That'd be sweet. But regardless, I got to go back to the shop and I got to, you know, get some things ready. So my night is far from over. I might have to order a pizza to the shop, which sounds kind of fun. It is Friday night. Friday night could be pizza night. A little pizza party at the shop. I should invite the homies. Just a big skiff pizza party at the shop. Whatever, dude, I'm yapping. I appreciate you guys, and I'll see you tomorrow. Maybe some other type of desperation fish, just trying to put something. Dude, I need to bring a spear gun out here and just wait till I see a head wake or something and just start blasting. Alrighty guys, I appreciate you all, especially for putting up with the old yapper. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye. Dude, I just rewatched the footage of me asking that lady at Publix if she was not having the best day or whatever. Dude, I sounded so nervous to just talk, like just to speak my mind a little bit to this lady. I sounded so nervous, it was insane. Like, I was like, dude, should I even post this? But you know, I put it all out there. Dude, next time I stand up for myself, I need to sound a little bit more buck. I need to sound a little bit more like, I don't know. I didn't sound aggravated at all. I sounded spooked by the old lady. I was like, bummer, dude. Next time, I'm gonna remember that. So that next time I gotta say something, I'm gonna, you having a bad day back there? Like, hey, you seem like you're having a bad day back there. How about we fix that? You know, how about we fix that a little more? Let's have a little more positivity in the voice next time. Dude, so cringe, that little scene in this video. But maybe like watching that changed everything. Maybe the future is now going to be different because of that. Whatever. Peace.